Hey, my loves, welcome back. It's Dion, your Sin City medium, and we're back again for another deeper dive session. Here we channel messages from ascended masters, and then we take a deeper dive to see how we can apply these messages to our daily life. Today's message comes from Isis, and she reminds us of magic manifestation. Here's the channeled message. You are the magic. The sprinkle upon dreams to make them a reality comes from you. Your dreams are birthed from the energy of your lives once lived. Stay focused on your path ahead. Do not be distracted by the pretty flowers or illusions along the way. In this way, you remain detached and understand when it's time to move along. What is for you will naturally move alongside you, empowering you as you move towards your goals and highest path. The fastest way to manifestation of your desires is peace and groundedness. Submerge yourself, she says, in mindful meditation. Let go of what is not empowering you or allowing you to focus. The affirmation: my dreams always become reality. My focus is alignment. Let's talk about it off top, okay? She says, you are the magic. You know what that means, baby? You are the energy is what she's saying, okay? Where she talks about the sprinkle upon the dreams that bring them into fruition or bring them into reality. That is the intention, okay? So like we've discussed before, when you have a manifestation that you're trying to call in, you set the mindful intention and then you act upon it with your highest desire. That is the energy behind it. So that right there is a declaration of movement, okay, in alignment with your desire. That is what sets this manifestation in motion, okay? It's all energy, baby, and it's you, okay? The second part of that where she says, your dreams are birthed from the energy of your lives once lived. Listen, energy never dies. It's like muscle memory. I may suck at riding a bike right now, but I guarantee you I'm gonna pick it up. Why? Because muscle memory, I've done it before. Hence, the same thing. When we talk about past life energy, someone could have been a shaman, and then in today's carnated experience, they're a doctor or a nurse, right? That is what we mean by already having that desire. It's birthed from something that has already been done. It already exists for you. You've done it before. Remember, we are walking biometric fields of data constantly emitting, right? So within this energy, there is residual data, much like a computer, right? You can't delete everything every time you incarnate, right? We might forget certain things, but it's still there because that energy never dies. So those desires come from a place of us having done it before. Make sense? Okay, let's move ahead. On top of that, right, when she says, what is for you will naturally move alongside you, empowering you as you move towards your goals and highest path. Listen, I have to say this one. You guys know, especially even like a lot of the readings have to do with love, right? Love and career for the most part. So a lot of times what keeps us delayed or what stops our manifestations from coming in is essentially us and our fears of moving forward. I have a lot of, we'll use love, right? It's the easiest analogy, but you desire to have your dream person, your wife, your husband come into your life. But at the same time, right, even as I'm doing the readings and I'm telling people sometimes like, yo, this person is not for you. This is their energy. You can tell this person is not happy with their partner at this moment in time, yet they're trying to manifest, the person that is going to reciprocate that love to them that they desire and that they deserve, right? They trying to hold on to, Johnny or Susie over here that's not showing them a proper type of love. It's like they're hanging on and they don't want to let go. Well, the truth of the matter is, well then baby, you're restricting the energy. The universe and your spirit team cannot coordinate and work what it needs to bring in your desire because you refuse to let go, right? For fear that they're not going to bring it in. Does that make sense? So in that way, it's like you're asking for something, but blocking it at the same time. You're saying, no, I want it, but I want it to be from Johnny or Susie. And they're saying, baby, Johnny and Susie already showed you they're not for you, right? So in that way, you're constricting the energy and causing delays in that coming towards you. And this is why they say, right? One, there's no missed opportunity. So you need to know that if you let go of Johnny and Susie, that's not a missed opportunity. It was a lesson learned for certain things. You learn lessons, they learn lessons, and the universe brings somebody else, right? And we go with the flow. We don't allow ourselves to get all worked up over these separations. Feel the emotion, but separate yourself, right? And understand why it's happening, right? That you got to let the universe work is the biggest thing. So when they say, oh, the fastest way to manifestation of our desires is peace and groundedness, it's surrendering to when something is not aligned with us. It's surrendering to the fact that, okay, this is triggering me, or this is teaching me a lot more lessons than it is showing me love, right? It's about sitting there in a grounded state. Peace and groundedness comes from going within, internalizing not other people's behaviors, but internalizing, the bigger picture, what's happening here, going within for those answers to where you can understand why it's happening, right? Being at peace with the changes that come into your life, allowing yourself to be in a flow state of being. That is your peace and groundedness. And that is how we call in our manifestations a lot faster, right? In that way, allowing what's for us to move alongside us, okay, is where we're not having to beg. We're not having to worry about where we stand with somebody. It's one of those things where, you don't have to feel powerless in I'm gonna use love, right? Like in your relationship, or even at your job, right? Like not fighting to be seen, not fighting to feel valued. That's why they say what is for you will naturally move alongside you, empowering you, right? So no matter what, you're moving along on your own journey. Sometimes people are there to help you with that leg of the journey, and then they taper off. Same thing with jobs, right? But again, staying in a state of peace and groundedness is allowing the universe to work for us for our best and highest good. I hope that this makes sense. Let me know if you guys have questions down below, but that's what this is. That's allowing us to know when it's time to let go. Do not be distracted by the pretty flowers or the illusions, right? And there's a whole lot of things that can come in and distract us sometimes, get us hung up and get us caught up on things. It's knowing when it's time to move along and being at peace with that. Saying, okay, I get it. Yeah, you can feel emotions. Yeah, separation can be hard sometimes, but the reality of it is we have much more faith, okay, in our universal workings, okay, and our spirit teams, that they have our best interests at heart, okay, and that person is just not for you, or that job isn't for you, that it's just time to move along, okay? So I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope that I explained, at least touched on these 5 key points in this channeled message, right? In a way that it was received well, and in a way that it's understood. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. I feel like this brings up very good topics to be discussed, because another question I get asked a lot is, well, D, if we're in the here and now, how come you talking about past lives? How does that work? So that's something we could go a little deeper into as well. I feel like that's a big one to talk about. Maybe I should do a whole nother video on that, on what that means, right? Versus carnated experiences versus, our present here and now, everything happening at the same time, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed this deeper dive session. Don't forget to look at the playlist. We've got a whole bunch more in there. I love you guys. Don't forget to join the Discord. That's where we channel messages a few times a week. That's where the deeper dives come from. We also go live every day on YouTube at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join us there. You can get your readings at a discounted price during the lives. It's a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys there.